They're as black as night. Majestic creatures that fly through the air. There are over 40 different types of them in the world. And with being one of the smartest animals alive, it could take over this world at any moment. This is the American crow. The American crow is a bird that is black in color and stands at about 21 inches tall with a 40-inch wingspan and weighs in at 1.5 pounds. Crows are commonly found around in the area of North America and Canada, and they stay around all year. The life expectancy of a crow is to be, on average, 7 to 8 years. The oldest recorded living crow in the wild lived to be 16 years old, while the oldest living crow in captivity was recorded to have died at the age of 59 years old. Crows were always thought to have been scavengers, but with crow's beak being slightly larger than normal and the birds having a more rounded tip, it is hard for a crow to sometimes stab into an animal. This is why you see a lot of crows hanging out on the side of roads. A crow waits for the carcass of an animal to either be broke or rot enough so it can stick its beak in to get a good bite. A crow might not be Albert Einstein, but is one of the most intelligent birds known to man. The brain of one of these birds is huge for the size of the animal. The brain-to-body ratio of a crow is equivalent to that of a chimpanzee. This bird has the largest brain for that of our feathery friends if you throw out some exceptions to some parrots. There's been many studies on the intelligence of crows. One study found that this bird can remember where it has hidden its food over long periods of time. But that isn't even the most amazing part of all this. The crow actually watches who is watching it and hides the food in little caches so that nothing else will find it. An easy way to picture this is thinking about when you were in daycare. There's always that one cool toy that everyone wanted to play with. Once you got that toy, considering you were the most intelligent of all the other kids, you would play with it. And then, when it was time to go, you would sneak around and make sure no one was looking. Then, you would hide it in some knitting case that was the daycare owner's, or in a spot way out of the way to where no one thought or no one would go. Or maybe you even did like the crow and hid it in 3 or 4 places before you left it. Just to make sure if anyone really was watching, they would look in your fake spots and not find your real hiding spot. With finding out how intelligent crows are, many places have kept some in captivity to study the behavior and the intelligence of these animals. Many studies have been researched, but one really stands out that amazes me. The fact that a crow makes tools to get what it wants. In a captive study, a crow was sent into a cage where there was a branch or small twig with several other small twigs hanging off of it. The crow then saw that there was a piece of meat in the glass box. The box was clear and was only about ½ an inch wide and was 5 inches tall. The crow walked over to the food box, then back to the stick where it broke the small twigs off the larger branch and left one tiny twig part on it, breaking it in a specific spot with its beak with a twist action. Then it slid the stick into the box and hooked the meat and won its prize. And this is just one of the amazing things we have found out about crows. There's still plenty of studies showing much higher intelligence in this animal all over. I recently got to have an interview with a crow. Everyone listening at home, I would like you to meet Mr. Crow. And Mr. Crow, I must say it is an honor to have you come down from your treetops to take this short interview with us. Now, I just have a few questions about the nest life. Now, I know that a lot of birds, and I don't know if this goes for the same for you, but a lot of birds mate and then leave after all this happens, and the mother bird is left due with the children and do the nest duties. Does this happen with the crow's lifestyle, or are the divorce rates slightly high? Can you just elaborate on this for me? I see. So you're saying that a crow stays with the same mate all the way through its life until it dies? Well, that is fascinating. What about the kids? What happens to them after they are hatched and out of the eggs? Really? So they just stay around for about a year, and then some stay close in the initial area for them to grow up, while the others get as far away as they can and mate and start a life together. One last question. I was reading up on the web and it appeared that some people think that you look like a raven. Can you tell us what the difference is? Oh, they are much larger and have some color on their wings. Very good to know. One last question. It is thought that ravens are to be more intelligent because they can actually form words and have bigger brains. What are your thoughts? Oh my, I may have asked the wrong question, but thanks again, Mr. Crow! Crows are an amazing animal, and I hope that you found this informative and you found out a few new things, or learned many things you did not know about crows.